Warning. This video contains nicotine consumption and sometimes tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical and tobacco may cause gum disease or tooth loss. Please, do not try this at home. Today, we're having one of the biggest competitions I've ever done on this channel. 2 dips, 2 flavors. Which one has the realest American dark tobacco flavor? We're gonna find out right now. To do that, I need a special guest to help me out. And I did just that. I got her right here, ladies and gentlemen. Dolly!
Too bad she wasn't in your budget. You're stuck with me.
Dang it, man. All right, we got Fat Boy, I guess. Gosh dang it, man. What's cracking, Fat Boy? Holy dick, that's a big chair.
I know.
Big boy, need a big chair. Actually, guys, you guys ain't seen Fat Boy in a while. Fat Boy's down. How much are you down?
I'm at 258.
258? You gotta be freaking kidding me. How much weight have you lost since you started?
Let's see. January 1st, 2019, I was at 303 pounds.
God dang, hey, represent Colorado, right?
That's right.
So we got Fat Boy here today. We're gonna have to not call him Fat Boy anymore, but Fit Boy. So everybody call him Fit Boy in the comments below. Hey, before we get started, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you ain't yet, and slap that bell. Turn notifications on so that every single time we upload, you get notified. A lot of times YouTube doesn't like to put us in your sub box, so doing that, it's basically fail-proof. And hey, if you guys are enjoying these Monday through Friday uploads every single week during this quarantine time, make sure to smash that thumbs up button as well. Definitely helps us out. So, we got a competition today, Fat Boy.
Competition?
You know, me and Fat Boy, we like to compete all the gosh dang time. I mean, whether it be water polo, underwater basket weaving, we really like the water sports. Fat Boy's actually kind of like a Michael Phelps, to be honest.
I hit that water, I'm just like...
That beard's like a sponge, boy.
It is.
So the competition that we have today is 2 brands, and they have 2 different flavors, but they are very similar, and each one of us is gonna try one. Those 2 products today are Grizzly Dark Wintergreen. That right there is the first dip. I'm gonna be dipping that today because, well, this other one right here, I just, I got a little bit of history with, so I think this is the one that Fat Boy's gonna do. This is a newer one, Copenhagen Smooth Wintergreen. That right there is yours. You brought your mud jug, guys. I can see. Is that a spitter or a shitter, dude? What the dick?
Portable latrine.
Hey, Darcy Mud Jug, we're gonna have to get him a new funnel. Let's just send him like unlimited amounts every month if we can.
The Mud Jug Funnel Club.
So you're using the Confederate Camo Mud Jug today. I will be using the brand new spanking American Biker Mud Jug, which is super cool and America-like. Now we are gonna switch it up. We are gonna switch it up where I'm gonna try this, you're gonna try that, and then we'll switch it and see what our thoughts are, because I haven't had that or this in quite a while. So we're gonna try these out, and what we're gonna try to find is which one is the best dark fired wintergreen out there. Grizzly Dark, I know for a fact, basically used to be the Camel Dark Wintergreen from back in the day, and then they switched it basically into Grizzly Dark. Same exact taste, same cut and everything like that. It's a dark wintergreen, you get more of that tobacco-ness in it. That's not even a word, I just made it up. Smooth Wintergreen, I haven't had it in quite a while, but it's not as harsh and burns like crazy like the original wintergreen. This one has a little bit more of this, obviously it's smooth by the name, but you get that dark tobacco flavor inside of it, which makes it a lot more smooth. So, we're about to PDS. Let's crack these sons of dicks and get us a pinch. Oh, by the way, dude, I haven't dipped Grizzly in quite a while, but you always gotta poke the bear in the butt, man. You always gotta poke the bear in the butt, we like to call it right there. Nice. All right, you got that, what's it got? You got a good smell so far?
Good smell,
I can smell that, man. Usually you could smell Copenhagen, man. Hold on, let's get the cuts here.
Oh, okay.
Let's get the cuts here, man. Wow, they're actually really freaking similar, dude. Here, let me do since you did that, let me go ahead and do the same thing.
Dig a little hole.
Wow, the cuts here. So Copenhagen right here on my right, your guys' left. Check this out right there. All right, so there is your cuts. Copenhagen right here on the right and Grizzly right here on the left, y'all's right. So very similar cuts. The difference, Copenhagen's a little bit more brown and the Grizzly Dark is a little bit more black.
Yeah.
All right, time to PDS, right?
PDS. Da-da-da.
Grizzly, you got Coke. Oh boy, you just spilled a nickel.
Just
God, dude. That's the way.
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
You do. Oh, all right. So, anyways, all right. Grizzly Dark is in the freaking lip. Copenhagen Smooth is in your lip. What are you thinking so far? How's the cut? Is it staying together? Is it a little bit?
Staying together pretty good.
Yeah. This Grizzly Dark pinches really well. I noticed it's very soft. The original Grizzly Wintergreen, it's not as soft. And let me see here. Actually, the Copenhagen, I don't believe says it. No, it does. Okay. These are both also 100% American tobacco. If you guys don't know, Grizzly regular wintergreen is like 70% American and 30% foreign. No, Copenhagen, 100%. Grizzly Dark, 100%. Now, I wonder if that's something to do with the dark fired cured tobacco, because here in America, we still fire cure our tobaccos. Basically, if you guys don't know the fire curing process of dip, they cut the tobacco leaves, they hang them in a barn, they put a bunch of sawdust under them on the ground in piles, in rows, and then they burn the sawdust and let it cure, basically, for days on end. And sometimes they'll do the burn a couple freaking times, depending. The leaf starts out like a light brown, like a very light brown, and then once it's done fire curing, they want it to be almost, not a charred black, but they want it to be a nice like
cooked.
They not cooked, but you know, like a what am I thinking of, man? They kind of want it like a, not charred black, but like a dark, brown. There's a sweet spot in there. There's a sweet spot where you don't want to get it too dark. Chocolatey, yeah, almost, yeah. That's. I'm not a professional. I apologize, but I am the god, and I'm also very humble, obviously.
He is, yeah, he is.
So as far as flavor out of the Grizzly Dark right now, I'm getting definitely a wintergreen taste, but it's very underlying.
I mean, I agree. I have the wintergreen taste. It's a good, strong wintergreen taste. Mm-hmm. But it feels like almost like it's Copenhagen wintergreen in a different can to me of a taste. But what's weird to me is the leaves. They feel like really soft.
Yeah.
It's, like, you know when you have a dip in for like an hour, and it gets that mushy mudness?
Yeah.
That's how it feels now, but it's holding its shape and its form, but it just feels like it's been there for like over an hour.
Yeah, okay. So it's I noticed that, I think the last time I had Copenhagen Smooth, and Copenhagen usually has a more mid-cut. They call it long cut, but Copenhagen usually is a little bit more mid-cut, like the old Copenhagen Black used to be, which Grizzly Dark is the same. These cuts are very, very similar, as you guys saw earlier. I'm getting a hint of wintergreen, but I'm really feeling the tobacco more, kind of almost like a chewing tobacco. But there's just sorry, I just kicked the camera. There's a hint of wintergreen, and it's not overpowering. A lot of wintergreens are overpowering, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it freaking burns. This one doesn't burn that much. How's yours burning?
See, this one, I mean, it shot out the chute. I mean, Hardy was burning off the beginning, and it was like wintergreen. Like, you could taste nothing but wintergreen. Right. But then, like, it doesn't have stamina. The burn, like, drops instantly. Yeah. The taste kind of starts to, it lingers, but it gets weaker. Now it's kind of at, like it's been in for that hour. Like, it's a sprint dip, not a marathon runner.
Okay. Very interesting way of putting it, Fat Boy. Fit Boy, sorry.
That's right.
I would agree on that. This one's holding its flavor good. I think, after having these two before, I'm going to judge it today the best, but I would say Grizzly Dark really gives you that darker flavor that a lot of people search for, and I like that darker wintergreen. When we come out with a wintergreen with our Outlaw brand, we're searching for that actually dark fire cured taste to it, because in my opinion, I feel like that's a better wintergreen taste than that just like straight up like, holy dick, like that's a lot at once, Yeah. Which I feel like with Grizzly original wintergreen and Copenhagen original wintergreen, they're both a little bit more harsh, and they're a little bit harder on your gums. These two seem like they're, at least so far with this, they're both softer. They're both a softer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting to me. I wonder if that has something to do with being 100% American tobacco. I don't know.
On that foreign mystery tobacco.
Yeah, foreign mystery stuff. You don't know what the dick it is, man.
Sawdust.
Yeah. So, not juicing up on me like crazy, like I feel like maybe a Copenhagen original or a Grizzly original wintergreen would be. So I'm not getting like a huge juice upness, but it's, I feel like these wintergreens would be more for the seasoned dipper. The one that dips for a long time and doesn't just keep it in for 10 minutes, kind of like the originals would be. Even though I know I think probably the most popular flavor in the world is probably wintergreen, don't you think?
I agree. Everything's gone to wintergreen.
That's why I think they both release these different darker wintergreens, is because, you know, it's a huge market and they want to give everybody kind of what they want, you know, so. But what do you think, man? You want to switch?
Let's give her a switch.
All right, open your mouth. Here you go. Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Outlaw! Outdoors.
Okay, I'm rolling.
You good?
Yep.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
What? Hey! Hi! Hey! How about... Welcome to Outlaw Outdoors. My name is Outlaw. Go figures. Today I'm going to tell you one thing. Did I sound like a bum in there?
No, you're good.
Springtime is here. Today I'm going to show you how to make the perfect bow fishing bow. Now, over here are all of my bows. This is actually not all of them. I actually have a lot more. I'm actually pretty big professional, actually. So as you can see here, we have the Cabela's Megalodon. We've got another one here. We've got the Cajun Sucker Punch. These are actually made for bow fishing, but no. Gonna have you spend a little bit more money to get a little more bang for your buck. This right here is my Diamond Prism. This is a regular, well, sorry.
Oh, easy.
This is a regular bow that you use for hunting, but it's not set up for hunting. Well, it is, but for fish. Sorry, I hit you.
Yeah.
Apologize. Obviously, it looks a little bit different. Sorry, my knock broke. This be Robin Hood it. Diamond Prism Bow. Pretty much at every single gosh dang Cabela's and Bass Pro. Pick up just the frame. You can get just the frame for $250, $300. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it. The cam system on these thingies are a lot better than what come on bow fishing bows. Now I know there's some really high-end bow fishing bows out there. I've never touched them, I kind of just built my own. What I did is I just went on Amazon, got a bow fishing rest. The bow, the frame of the bow is the most important thing, how it feels in your hand and how the drawback is, right? With bow fishing, you really don't need that much poundage. You don't need to be shooting 70, 80, 90 pounds like you're shooting for elk out here in Colorado. Get a women's bow, dude, it'll freaking work. Gotta make sure it looks real cool, make sure your strings match your bow. The fish notice these things. If you got good fashion, they'll stop for you and stick it right in the eye. These right here are the best finger savers on the market. Get them on Amazon, $8, dude. Muzzy's finger savers. They only come in green, but I'm telling you, they work. Any old little cheap bow fishing rest you can find on Amazon will work. Arrow, same thing. You're gonna have to buy a lot of nocks because you're gonna be bouncing off of rocks and breaking them. But the most important thing I can tell you guys right now for a bow fishing bow is the reel. This right here is the Muzzy, I think it's the MX80 or something, it's 80 something. This guy, compared to a bottle, is a game changer. The reeling is so much faster, you can tension your drag back and forth. Don't forget to shoot. You've got a shooter button on here that you gotta flip back and forth every time. This guy right here will help you kill more fish and get them in the boat faster, rather than having to deal with this gosh dang thing. And if you shoot a fish, it's gonna take you 16 gosh dang minutes to reel it in. I'm telling y'all right now, build it freaking getting caught up, man. I'm just a little under pressure. I'm telling y'all right now, build it yourself and you'll be a lot more happy and you'll produce more fish in the boat. That's, I think, yeah, over an Outlaw. Oh, what do you think of that? Over an Outlaw. All right, here we go. This is how you take a dip out when you got a mud jug. Pop that funnel, give it a little tap, and there you go.
Get down tonight.
Ready to frickin' switch her. I'm gonna get a little moonshine in my system real quick. Coronavirus! Oh, dude, you know it's a Copenhagen can when it does this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Something about them tin lids with Copenhagen.
Yeah.
They always do it. You know, Grizzly never does it.
No
but
gift.
Grizzly, you always got to poke the bear in the butt.
Woo-hoo.
Copenhagen, you got to snap that lid. And the more you do it, the louder it gets. Should create a beat out of that, dude. Give me that dip, boy. It better be cope. I'm gonna kick your ass if it's frickin' skull and dip away.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. I haven't dipped Copenhagen.
Yeah, that's a nice...
It's been a while.
I forgot how snug those Grizzly...
Yeah, they're snug, man. The Copenhagen has a lip in there where it snaps on, but... Oh, yeah, you can definitely tell the Copenhagen is a lot harder to pinch than the Grizzly.
Yeah.
The Copenhagen is very soft. Here we go. Going in, throwing her in.
And that's the thing I like about that Grizzly. I mean, you just pinch up there, and you get that huge, just chunk.
Yeah, Grizzly's a lot more sticky, and I feel like the Copenhagen's a lot more dry, for sure. God dang, that was a dime. Apologize. That was a fatty?
That's a fatty.
What do you got, dang, boy?
So I'm switching sides. There's
Good thing I don't dip these.
Cross-contamination of flavors.
I got unlimited dip from Outlaw, boy. That's all I did. Ooh, all right, so, got any on my mustache? Did you feel that the Grizzly Dark was a lot easier to pinch?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the Copenhagen was a lot harder to pinch. I feel like the Copenhagen is a little bit softer in the lip. Does that one feel? You could throw a fat one in.
I did, and this one, you can feel that. I don't want to say like grinding on your lip, but you can feel like that, like there's like pressure on, like there's some like traction in your lip from this one. I'm like that one. I could just set that one from cheek to cheek like a freaking sling all day long. This one, it ain't gonna move. You can be like,
yeah. Well, so the Copenhagen for sure is harder to pinch. It's a little bit softer, I feel like, but the darkness of the flavor is not there like it is in Grizzly Dark. You really get the tobacco taste in Grizzly Dark, I feel like.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
this originally was Camel. And, the exact same taste, flavor, everything as the Camel had, the Camel Wintergreen, which they also had a dark mild, which is like their straight, natural-ish, kind of deal. Which I think they might have turned into the dark straight, which the dark straight the Grizzly has now is, I think, the dark mild, what used to be with Camel as well.
Yeah.
This smooth wintergreen, it's interesting. It's not as dark, for sure. It's almost like the original wintergreen that they have. It's a lighter wintergreen. It's a little bit more in your face, but being the smooth, it doesn't explode with flavor in your mouth and you don't get a huge burn with it. So it's like the smooth wintergreen is the original wintergreen without the burn. I feel like almost a little bit more dry.
that one was pretty dry.
And it's not as harsh. It's definitely more smooth, just like the name. Like they knocked it out of the park by calling it smooth. Obviously. God dang, which one's the better dip, man? I'm trying to think now. To be honest with you, I personally, and I don't know how you feel, I'm not going to be super biased right now, but I personally like the darker flavor of Grizzly. This one, I just feel like it's too artificial. Like the wintergreen is too artificial and I'm getting like a weird taste in my mouth. Like it almost gives me like bad breath. Like an old wintergreen gum or something like that. It almost feels a little bit too artificial. The dark Grizzly, I got that tobacco taste. It says dark fired tobacco on the can. And it packs together well. I think all together, in my opinion, the Grizzly Dark is a little bit better dip.
I agree with you on that one. With the Grizzly, you get that tobacco taste, and the wintergreen, like, it starts to sneak up on you. You don't get the wintergreen taste at first. But it comes in gradually, and you can enjoy the tobacco, and then you get that flavor that comes in second.
Yeah.
And that flavor seems to be lasting. Consistent level. It's not like it's shooting up and down with the Copenhagen. Like Copenhagen was like, okay, no more flavor. And you get that, like, you gotta suck on to get that flavor. This one, came up gradually, and it just peaked, and it just stays right there.
It seems like the tobacco leaves in Grizzly let out the flavor a little bit more than the smooth. The Copenhagen smooth, you kind of really gotta suck the juice out of it to get it to flavor up. But when you just have it sitting in your lip right now, I barely taste the wintergreen. I really got to suck the juice out of it to get that taste. Which you actually see that in a lot of cheaper wintergreens, like Longhorn, Kayak, stuff like that. So I'm surprised Copenhagen kind of has that. But it is their smooth. Their original wintergreen, from what I remember, is actually good. These two are comparable with the bigger brands when it comes to tobacco. So I think both of us kind of went with the Grizzly Dark as our winner right there. But with our reviews on both of them, you guys can make your own freaking decision.
That boy, you probably watch the Food Network and see how they review food on there, and that's how you're reviewing these dips.
Hey, don't give away my secrets.
Freaking Guy Fieri over here. Fat Fieri. Hey, how about that? Apologize. Well, I never thought I would do this comparison because of the things that have happened in the past with some of these companies, but we freaking did it for you. Was that a fart, dude?
No, I think I moved in the chair and I spit a condom.
Oh, good excuse. Good. I know. We need some WD-36, boy.
That's the good stuff right there.
Yeah, sure is, boy.
So you know you do this little challenge here.
Yeah.
You gotta think of an old movie. You got Thunderdome. Well, this here's Dip Dome. 2 dips entered. 1 dip leaves victorious.
The Thunderdome?
The Dip Dome.
The Dip Dome. We might need subtitles for that last part. I apologize.
I don't.
This is it's like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon up at his thumb dip. Now I got a question for you guys. You guys let me know in the comments below. Now, we got this whole quarantine thing going on, and a lot of people, aren't allowed to leave their house. They're on lockdown, that kind of stuff, unless it's essential. So I know, obviously, a lot of you guys are going to the store, getting your dip, whatever. But if you aren't, and a lot of people are probably in the situation where like, man, I don't want to go out and get dip. What is your preference on saving your dip? Are you taking smaller dips? Are you reusing your dips? Are you a pouch dipper and you're reusing them? I want to know what you guys are thinking, man. Because for me, you know, I dip the crap out of Outlaw watermelon, and obviously I own the company, so it's easy. I can just get it sent to me, right? Actually, I dip sweet tea a little bit more. What do? You've been freaking reusing your dips, man? I know a lot of people reuse their dips. They'll just take this dip out, they'll be like, I think it'll last, and then they'll put it in there. It's not like snooze, though, where they give you like a thing on top where you can put it in there, but...
I've been reusing. I got a can, cleaned it out, carry an empty can around with me. I'm put a dip in. I'm like, oh, it's time for lunch, or do something. I'll take that one out. I'll be like, it's still good.
Yeah.
I'll throw it in. I've been recycling dips.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, man. Sorry, it took me a second to get that out. Might be that Nicky, dude. I got a little Nicky in my dicky.
A little Nicky in your dicky?
Yeah. Bow for Fat Boy and Outlaw. I reckon we'll see you on the dip side tomorrow. Don't forget, if you want to support, also, we got merch up on outlawmerch.com. We're repping that son of a dick today. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever the tits you guys want. And fishing season is coming up. We got a lot of fishing gear over there as well. Check it out, outlawmerch.com. Link in the description. Thanks.
No Outlaw condoms like the Tiger King?
Oh, yeah, dude, we might have to frickin' step our merch game up, dude. Hashtag Tiger King, boy. Actually, dude, you actually look like the perfect son of a dick that would work for that guy. Doesn't Fat Boy look like he straight up worked for Tiger King? 25, 8, 366, no matter what you're doing. Keep it frickin' out, Billy! Ah!